Hey guys. I haven't decided what I'm gonna name this one yet. But I want to make a video of this because it might help somebody. But about 2 nights ago, no. Wait, you want to be on camera? There you go. Now you see what I'm talking on. Okay, you're on camera. You feel better? You got to let yourself be known. Here, lay down. No, here, lay. Come on, lay. Well, you ain't gonna do it? Lay down. Lay. Come on. You stay. Alright. Back to my story. Anyway, about, no, 3 nights ago. 4 nights. Well, I'll tell you what. Let's go a little bit further. About a week ago, I was at work, I started noticing, like, some pain on my right side of my chest. And it, like, started up here, I think. And then it just continually, gradually went down, and down, and down, and then, like, all right here, and all the way, and then even around my back, where my kidney is, and all up here, and up through my shoulders, back here. Just felt like pressure, like you couldn't breathe. With all this pandemic stuff going on and stuff, yeah, it kind of played with my head a little bit, but I was like, that ain't what it is, because I would have gotten it in this side too, and I wasn't getting a temperature. Of course, everybody that's already had this stuff saying that doesn't matter, you ain't gonna get a temperature anyways. Half y'all won't, or most of y'all won't actually. Won't get no temperature. No diarrhea, no coughing. What other symptoms are there? No wheezing. Nothing like that. I wasn't getting any of that, so I knew I was safe there. But I knew something was wrong, and I didn't want to go to the hospital. So I just let it go, like most men do. They let it go. So this was like last week. Well, then it just started getting worse, like the past 4 days. Like it started getting, I could tell. It started here and then it went down, over the course of a week. Well, last night, it got really bad. So I got in the shower and took a shower. Got that warm water to hit my chest, and it felt good. Pain went away. Everything was just fine. So I was like, okay, I did that for a little bit. Got out of the shower, and I was like, God, I hope it stays going. So I reached down to grab my towel, and it hurt extremely bad. I said, oh, it came back, So I grabbed my towel, and I dried off, and I reached back down, put my pants on, hurt again. This time I just cringed my chest. I said, oh God, I'm going to the hospital. This ain't gonna lighten up or let up, So I got dressed, got my clothes on, put the dog up, and the whole time I was holding my chest. So then I even had to walk slow out to my truck, out my driveway, holding my chest, got in my truck, holding my chest, driving to the hospital, like right down the road. Not even, maybe a couple miles, if that. And, of course, I brought my mask, put my mask on. And then I walked in, and they asked me a few questions right there at the door. And then filled out this piece of paper and gave it to them. Come to find out, after they get me in there, and they ask me 100 million questions, take my insurance, all that stuff that happens when you go in an emergency room. Well, they wanted me to lay down in this bed. I told them, I said, I can't. I hurt too bad. They said, well, we got to get an EKG and you got to lay down to do that. They wanted to know how my heart was doing. If it was my heart, which is on this side actually, if it was acting up, or if it was something else going on. I told him, I said, I don't think it's my heart. I said, because it's over here. Yeah, I got arteries and stuff, clots and stuff that could affect over here, cause pain. But I said, I don't think it's my heart. Never had an issue with my heart anyway. Don't mean that it can start. So I told him, I said, can you pull a muscle over in this area? And she said, yeah, it's possible you could have. She said, but we have to take x-rays and find that out, She said, did you fall? Did you take any impact? I said, no. Not that I can remember of, So she was like, okay, so I went ahead and laid down, clenching my chest, screaming, all in pain. I mean, God, it hurt. And she said, well, I think I already know what you have. She said, and it's nothing against your body. You're a skinny guy. But most skinny guys, she said, gets this. And she called it pleurisy. It's this little word here. I got paperwork on it. pleurisy. And what it is, and she diagnosed me after the x-rays. Had to take x-rays of my whole lungs, my rib cage. And once she found out what it was, she diagnosed me. But that was till after the x-rays. She said most scrawny guys get it. And what it is it can be these things. I'm going to read them off to you. That causes this. It says a lung infection caused by bacteria or a virus, a blood clot that travels to the lung. They call that a pulmonary embolism. Air leaking into the pleural space, which is called a pneumothorax. That's spelled with pneumothorax. Lung cancer or a lung tumor, which that wasn't it. A chest injury. Now, being that I didn't fall, but I do a lot of physical labor, like a lot of physical activities at my job. She said she believes that's what happened. I had a chest injury, even though I didn't have a broken ribs. No, it didn't look like that. She was feeling on me. She said she don't think I pulled any muscles. She said, and being that the x-rays, what they showed, she thinks that I had bruised or injured internal, my lung. It says diseases that can cause lung inflammation. These include rheumatoid arthritis, lupus, sickle cell disease, inflammatory bowel disease, and pancreatitis. But she didn't say any of those was it, because she said everything looked good from the x-rays, the EKG, and they even took my blood. So they even tested my blood, and that came out great. She said everything came out great. Heart or chest surgery, hadn't had any of those. Lung damage from inhaling asbestos, asbestos. She didn't even tell me if that would have been it. I do work around a lot of chemicals at work, and they're carcinogen. A lung reaction to certain medicines. I wasn't on any kind of medicines. So I don't know what really caused it. So, me and the doctor kind of just talked it out that maybe more than likely it was a chest injury, And it says sometimes the cause is unknown. It says that on the paperwork too. But here are the symptoms, and these are what I'll tell you. I'll tell you what I went through. Chest pain is the main symptom of this condition. The pain is usually on one side. Mine was. Chest pain may start suddenly and be sharp or stabbing. Yep. It may become a constant dull ache. Yep. You may also feel pain in your back or shoulder. Check. The pain may get worse when you cough, take deep breaths, or make sudden movements. Other symptoms may include shortness of breath. Yeah, kinda. Noisy breathing or wheezing. Had a couple of those moments. It's like, I was at work and I breathed in. I was like, that felt weird. I just played it off, just one of those things. A cough. I did have a cough there for a bit, but it went away. It was more like one of those come and go coughs, kind of like maybe something was in the air, allergies or dust. Yeah, I work around all kinds of dust, paper dust. Chills. Yeah, I got chills. I can remember getting some chills. But I play that off as like, how you get goosebumps? Every now and then you just get those shakes. I got those. Didn't get no fever. It says fever. Never got a fever. Not once. Which is shocking that I didn't get no fever. But that's it. But my thing is, I want to make a video. If you all get any kind of chest pain, guys, even if it's just light, well, I won't even say that, because everybody says this, even if you went to the hospital for even a little light pain. I mean, you wouldn't be able to even work, really, because we all have growing pains or whatever. We're constant, especially when you work a lot, you're going to have pains. So, I mean, even light pains, I wouldn't say go to the doctors, because heck, it's probably not even that bad enough for them to diagnose you with anything, It's one of those things where, like, you kind of let your car go, the car starts acting up, starts being a little finicky, get a check engine light, goes away, get a check engine, then you take it to get it diagnosed. But it hasn't thrown a code in the system, so the technician is like, well, until it throws us a code, we ain't going to know what to check first. So it's one of those things. You're the vehicle, and until it gets bad enough to where the doctor can diagnose you and know what it is that's causing the issue, they're going to play it off that, it ain't bad enough yet, technically. But, what they did is they put an IV in me right away, took my blood pressure, put this little thing on my finger, like a little clothespin, and it checked my blood oxygen level in my blood through my finger. Of course, reads off your pulse too, and your heart, which is your heartbeat. They put a stethoscope on my shoulder, down on my lower back, had me breathe to the best that I could. But once the nurse came back, she left actually, and told the doctor left, told the nurse to give me like so many milligrams milligrams of Toro something. And so she shot me up with that. And what it is, it's anti-inflammatory, it's a non-narcotic medication, so it don't make you loopy or any of that. But it worked. As soon as she put it in me, like, as I sat there, within like probably 4 minutes, I could breathe better. I mean, it still kind of hurt, but it wasn't near as bad. And the longer I waited, the easier I was able to breathe. No pain. Unless like I moved a certain way or I tried to get up, bend over. I mean, I hurt. But it wasn't even at that. It wasn't near as bad. So then she was checking out my x-rays, and she came back, and that's when she said that's what I had. She literally diagnosed me as that. She was comfortable telling me that. And she said, "How are you feeling?" And I said, "Pretty good now." I said, I'm not holding my chest no more. I can breathe. I said, "It still kind of bothers me, but from a 0 to 10 pain scale, I said it's a 0." I said, "Now when I move or something, I give it maybe a 1." And she said, "Well, that's great." She said, "That's really good." She said, "Then that's what it is then." So she prescribed me 2 medications. One's naproxen, and that's like ibuprofen. It's an anti-inflammatory, and I gotta take that with food because it's got that what's it called? Well, I thought I had it on here. It's got the NASID or whatever. It's in Advil and ibuprofen, over the counter stuff. NASID or something. And then they gave me methocarbamol. Carbamol. The methocarbamol is 750 milligram, and the naproxen is 500 milligram. So 500 milligram ibuprofen and 750 milligrams for muscle relaxer, which is the methocarbamol. Now, I'm taking the naproxen twice a day, and with the muscle relaxer, she said I could take, which is on here, take 1 tablet by mouth 4 times a day, or as needed. But I'm real finicky about muscle relaxers, so I don't really take that as much unless like I have an episode or it gets, which it shouldn't get inflamed. I shouldn't have an episode as long as I'm taking the ibuprofen, because that keeps the swelling down until it heals. But what it is, it's a lining over your lung. So when you inhale and your lung expands, that lining protects the lung. So when it pushes up against your rib cage and muscles, and you're walking, and that muscle and rib cage is moving, it don't rub up against your lung, which that's what was happening with me, and it hurts. I mean, it's like sandpaper rubbing against your lung, So that's what was happening, and that's what pleurisy, which, by the way, you can get on YouTube, look up that, and many people have it. It's a common thing, I guess. But it takes 3 weeks for it to heal. So I got 20 pills of each, and after 3 weeks, if it don't go away and I still have problems, then I gotta do a follow-up with another doctor that they got written on this piece of paper for me. But as of right now, I can breathe. I can take deep breaths. The only thing it still bothers me, like up here, but it ain't bad. Not bad at all. Now, if I sneeze or something, oh God, of which I haven't had to sneeze. I always pinch my nose, or you know how if you look at the sun a little bit or bright lights, it brings on the sneeze more. It plays with your senses and your nerves, make you sneeze. So I don't do that. I look away. If I'm at work, I'm around dust or something, and I feel it coming on, I real quick just stop what I'm doing and I walk away, and I get away, to some fresh air until it goes away. Then I go back to doing what I was doing. But if I ever sneeze, God, it's gonna hurt, and it'd probably make it worse. I don't want it to affect the healing process, which I'm guessing it's healing. But then again, I won't know for sure until after I finish the uh, naproxen, because that's keeping the inflammation down, keeping it from swelling up and hitting my rib cage. So until after all that's gone, I ain't gonna know anything, you know. But I just know right now it feels great. I can breathe, everything's fine. But if you all ever get that pain and you can't stand it, hurts too bad, go to a doctor, go to the hospital. And of course, you're going to have to bring a mask to wear inside. But I feel a lot better. I feel great. And you're going to need plenty of bed rest too. You're going to want to lay down and get some rest. So I called in to work. I had a friend tell me, she's like, you need to not go to work. No, stop. No. And I was like, I'm stubborn. She said, you need to rest because you don't know how that medicine, it could, you might have to go back, you know, have an allergic reaction. So I was like, all right. I took her advice, and I ended up calling into work. Explained to him I just got back from the hospital and I just need a day to rest. Doctor said I need to rest. So today I was going to go to work, or tonight, and they said that I got a phone call from one of my buddies, said it was slow. If I wanted to take a vacation, I could. So I got a hold of my boss and told him, you know, hey, I heard it was slow. Is it okay if I stay home without taking no vacation? And so he said, yeah, that'd be great. That'd be fine, you know. Just make sure you get a hold of the floor supervisor and let him know. So that's what I did. I called him, let him know. And and then tomorrow, I put in vacation for that. So I'll be off then. So I'm going to have plenty of rest, you know. And then when I go back to work on Thursday, it shouldn't be too bad. There won't be too much going on, so even that will be an extra day to rest, you know. So everything's worked out for me. Hopefully it stays this way and I get better, because I don't wish that pain on my worst enemy, not even my ex-girlfriend. Although I kind of want to scratch my head on it, you know. I wouldn't wish that on anybody. It hurts, and it's bad. I mean, so bad. It makes you feel like you're having a heart attack. It's that bad. But I hope this helps somebody, and you could probably go to the store, take over-the-counter ibuprofen, not have to go to the doctors, and play it out. If y'all wanted to do that, you could probably get away with that. But that pain probably ain't going to reside as near as what the doctor's going to give you through the IV, because that's instant. Like, as soon as they gave that to me through the IV, it was instant. Like, pain was alleviated. So I recommend you going to the doctors. But if you catch it in time, this thing, if you catch it when you start to feel it, go to the store, get some ibuprofen. And if you can't take ibuprofen, it's been known for people to take Tylenol and get rest and play it off like that. And hopefully, with rest and not a whole lot of moving, it won't irritate that liner and it'll heal and get better. But you know, I don't know what else to say. That's all I got. So I'll come up with a name for this for y'all, for, you know, people out there looking for help, and hopefully this helps. You know, and that's what I love about YouTube. There's a wealth of information out there, and there's good people out there that want to help others, and I'm one of them. You know, if I can help, I can. I will. So, God bless y'all. Stay safe. And and be good to one another. Don't be mean. Don't be rude. We teach our kids to be nice, be good, share your toys. Do the same. Talk to y'all later. Bye.